It is Monday. This is almost immediately after I ended the last vlog. I've moved the footage over from that. It's rendering right now, and now we're doing this. These are the books I'm working on right now. So I just finished ACOTAR, so I'm going to be moving on to Lore Olympus here in a little while. My plan is to read the entire thing in one sitting, as I typically do with graphic novels. That is for my astronomy class, which was to read a Zodiac Rec, and this is a book that is typically recommended for Cancer astrology signs. I am working on also If I Was Your Girl. I just listened to 2 chapters of this while getting my footage and stuff all figured out. I'm about 35% of the way through this, and I have about 4.5 hours of the audiobook left. Probably could finish it tonight or probably tomorrow, depending on how things go. But we are over a third of the way through this and really liking it so far. It's, you know, it's a contemporary. It's a little bit more hard-hitting though, and I think I understand a lot as to why Mason Deaver, for instance, had gotten Meredith Russo to blurb their book, I Wish You All the Best, because the things that are involved with being trans and non-binary here are overlapping quite a bit in terms of some of the fears that are associated with coming out about those things, stuff like that. Oscar decided to join us, and he's now decided to lay down. If I Was Your Girl was also for my something for Orillium. I can't remember off the top of my head now. It is for my shapeshifting class, which was to read a book blurbed from an author from my last 5-star read, which was what I was talking about with Mason Deaver. Next, I am reading Bright Red Fruit by Safia Elhillo. This is a poetry collection that is a book club read for Brandy's book club. It's not really counting for Orillium or anything. I'm about 20% of the way through this, and the audiobook's really short, so I could definitely finish this one today if I really wanted to. So I might do that today. Maybe after I get done with tutoring or something today. Then I'm working through also the Bromance book club. This is for my animal studies class, which is to read a book with yellow in the title, or like a yellow title, I mean. So far within this, I am about halfway through it, almost halfway through it, I think, at this point, but really liking this, but I'm very frustrated with a lot of stuff, obviously, that I think a lot of people get frustrated with this book, with the miscommunication, stuff like that. And then the last book that I'm working on that I will definitely finish today is Blood Scion by Deborah Falaye. This, I am 92% of the way through. I am certain I will finish this in my next section of reading that. And then what my plan is after finishing Blood Scion, I think I'm going to move on to another book that is on my TBR for this month, mostly because I kind of just wanted to read it for fun, which is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I have the physical book up on my little bookshelf tower over there. I want to read this because I read The Fury last month and absolutely loved it, and I've read The Maidens and I really liked that, and so I kind of want to go to the first book that Alex came out with and see where the ties are within that, because I know that The Maidens is tied to it by one character, like the main character that's in The Silent Patient, but I don't remember if it's the same character that comes in at the epilogue of The Fury, because there's a character that is brought up in the epilogue of The Fury that makes me think it could be tied to The Silent Patient and The Maidens, but I'm not certain, so I do want to go through and read that and figure out what exactly that's about, and then maybe go back and reread The Maidens. I don't know, we'll see. But that's my plan, is to get through those. So definitely can at least finish Blood Scion, could possibly finish at least one more book if I really tried hard enough. We'll kind of see. But what I'm going to do for right now is get my vlog from last week edited and uploaded, and then I have an audition I want to do for my audiobook narrations, and then I have one wax melt I want to make before I head off to tutoring tonight. I've got about 4 hours before I need to leave, and I think I can do it. I think I can get all of that done in 4 hours. It isn't entirely possible. This week I've got a half day tomorrow in the afternoon, so I don't have to worry about going to work until closer to 11:30 tomorrow, and it's at my local junior high, so it's really close by. Then Wednesday and Thursday, I'm working full days at 2 different elementary schools, and then Friday, I'm working a half day in the afternoon again at the junior high. And so I'm gonna have a pretty busy week. I've got tutoring tonight, Tuesday, and Thursday, and then Saturday. And then Saturday is gonna be a very different kind of weekend for me, because after tutoring Saturday, I'm gonna go stay at my parents' house for the weekend because I'm gonna help my mom with some stuff. I'm gonna basically be like an assistant for her for a couple of days so that she can basically purchase some stuff for me for my business to help me prepare for this vendor event in June. She basically was like, whatever it is you need, however you need me to pay you, I will pay you to help me with getting some stuff done. So I was like, well, I've got some stuff that I need to order. Would you be willing to do that instead of just paying me outright in cash or anything? And she's like, yep, we'll do that. So it is super awesome that my family's able to do that, that they are willing to not only pay me for the work that I do to help them around like the house or help them with their own stuff, but then too, like, not even so much like giving me outright cash, but just like buying things that like I am needing or am looking to get because I can't get it myself, kind of thing, for whatever reason. I am very privileged in that regard, and I greatly appreciate it. Like, constantly I am thanking my family for that kind of stuff, because it's very hard for me to ask for help in general. And so when I get the ability to actually ask for help and also, you know, work for something as opposed to just being handed it to me, it makes me feel way more appreciative of it, because it's been a struggle the last couple of months for me. And so when I get these moments where like my family's really being supportive and helping me out, especially with my business, it makes me very appreciative. But yeah, I have a vendor event coming up in June, which I'm really excited for. In my hometown, they are hosting a Pride Festival, and one of the days of the Pride Festival, they are having vendors come and sell their things, and I am going to be selling my candles, my wax melts, my spell jars, all that stuff, and doing readings, hopefully, if people decide to do that with me. So basically every day leading up to that, I'm making some kind of product for my business. So on my TikTok, you'll be seeing a lot more videos of me making products. So definitely go check out my TikTok if you would like to see that. But I also leave my Etsy link down in the description for every video if you guys ever want to check it out. But yeah, I'll be working almost every day doing something with that. Like today I have to make one of my wax melts that are going to be like, basically I'm making enough to where I can have individual, so where I can sell them individually, enough to where I can make bundles of things for people if they want to do bundles, that kind of thing. And then also like just basically have enough stock to where like I'll have even like a surplus of things to where when I have people order on my Etsy store, you know, I can have enough back stock. I'm only going to be there for like 4 hours. It'll be from 1 to 5 on the 22nd of June. And so I'm not thinking I'm going to sell everything, but I wanted to give myself the most amount of stock possible so that I could have extra for when my Etsy store, you know, kind of like I get orders and stuff going on. And actually today, as of the 15th, there is a sale going on my Etsy store where my Beltane spell wax melts and candles are all on sale for 30% off, I think, and this sale will be going on until May 7th. So if you want to get a Beltane or 1st of May basically like spell wax melt or candle, they are going to be on sale on my Etsy store, which is, like I said, linked down below. Beltane is basically like the Sabbath where it is entering in not only the springtime but also calling in the energies of the warmer summertime. It's kind of like that midway point between spring and the beginning of summer. So definitely go check that out if you are interested in it. The candles, the 8-ounce candles, the 4-ounce candles, and the wax melts are all going to be 30% off. So please feel free to check that out if you would like. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, that's basically all I've got for right now. Is I just wanted to kind of like talk about all the stuff that's going on. So Saturday and Sunday I will be at my parents' house, and honestly the stuff that I have to do for my mom's not going to be too crazy. It's just going to be like running some errands that she just hasn't had the time to do herself because she works full-time, has her side business, and does like a million other different things that like just it makes it harder for her to like go and like take stuff to the thrift store, for instance, that she's looking to get rid of, or clean her closet, for instance, because that's one of the things she wants to do this weekend, is cleaning out her closet that she would like some help with. So that's kind of like what we're going to be doing, is like little things like that, and I'm going to be getting paid with supplies for my business to help her. Well, I'm absolutely awful at updating anything, so it is currently Sunday. The week just completely got away from me. So I think I checked in with you guys like early in the week, and as you can tell, I'm in a new space. I'm at my mom and dad's house because this weekend I was helping my mom out with a lot of stuff, and we got some of her office cleaned up. We got a lot of other stuff around the house taken care of. What has happened in the last handful of days? I finished 2 books, I think 2 or 3. Now I gotta get my reading journal and figure out. The problem is I can't quite remember when I last updated. Monday. Okay, so yeah. So Monday I finished Blood Scion, gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. Then I also finished If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo, gave that a 5 out of 5 stars. Also completed the entirety of the rest of Bright Red Fruit that I started last week, which gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. And then I completed the Bromance book club, which was a 5 out of 5 stars. And then I read the entirety of Lore Olympus Volume 1 in about 2 days. I read about half of it one day, half of it the next day, and gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. So I've finished 5 books in the last week, and am in the middle of still, you know, like, others. So I have, oh gosh, so I started Normal People by Sally Rooney. So far enjoying that for the most part. It's basically a story of like these 2 characters where like they meet in like high school, and you're following them from like when they meet over time. Like each chapter is like so many days after, you know, some event, so many weeks after this event kind of thing. And it's just basically telling their story of like how they keep, you know, they separate and they come back together. They separate, they come back together. And it's like how their lives kind of play together. Essentially like each of those moments that they come back to each other kind of thing. Then I'm also reading, I haven't started it yet, but I'm going to be starting The Path of Daggers here probably this morning, which is the next book in the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. This one's a fairly short book considering, you know, the scope of the books themselves. So this one's probably, I think it's like less than 500 pages, I want to say, which is pretty small for a Robert Jordan book. If you know, you know. And then I'm also working on The Time of Contempt, which is the Witcher read-along book for the month of April. Starting it actually kind of early, and I'm already a good couple chapters into this. This one's going well so far. There's kind of just a lot of setup for, right now, Ciri in particular, because there's stuff going on with her. That, like, she's basically the beginning of this book taken to the school by Yennefer, where she's basically going to just hang out there and be protected by people that are well able to protect her, considering all the war that is going on in this world currently and all of the people that are coming after Ciri, basically. And then I'm also working on, what else? Oh, I'm also working on Amari and the Night Brothers, which I'm a good chunk of the way through this. This one's really good. This was another book that Bree and Brandy have said multiple times that I'm going to love. It's a middle grade book, and it follows a main character whose brother has been missing for the last 6 months, and nobody knows what happened to him. Nobody knows where he's been. He had this job, like he's a young adult basically, whereas Amari is about like 12 years old or so, and Amari finds out that the job that he has was involved in supernatural things, and he nominated her to join up at this supernatural school, which trains people kind of like, almost like a police academy of sorts. And so she is trying to not only get through the school stuff with some of the issues that arise from it, with her, 1, being black, and 2, being the younger sister of this really prolific supernatural cop of sorts. And she's also trying to still find out what happened to her brother. She's trying to figure out where he is, what may have happened to him, because as far as anybody knows in the supernatural realm, he's fine, but he's missing. Nobody knows where he is. Nobody knows what his job was, anything like that. So this is a really, really awesome story. I am so glad I started it after having it on my shelves for the longest time. And then the last book that I'm working on is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. This one's pretty good. It's kind of got the same feelings I have with it that I had with The Maidens and with The Fury, where I really like the writing style. I like the way that he writes. But you can definitely see like the difference in this between even The Maidens, for instance, which was his second book, I think. I think The Silent Patient was his debut. But this is following a psychotherapist named Theo who is undertaking a case with this woman who is convicted of killing her husband, and after the events she's gone completely mute. She does not speak, and he is charged with basically trying to figure out what happened, and it's becoming very clear that the entire case is not as meets the eye, and there's more to the story than we are being told. And we also have diary entries leading up to the murder from the patient, Lyssa, or Elise, something like that. I can't remember exactly how her name is pronounced. But this is really cool. You learn, though, that Theo has a lot of baggage on his own, which is actually kind of funny, because I feel like with Alex Michaelides, like, he definitely plays on his characters being kind of possibly unreliable, because of their emotional and mental baggage, and I really like that. I think that's a very interesting, consistent theme that I've seen over the course of the 3 books that he's put out in the last handful of years, and I definitely think that if you like The Maidens, you will like The Silent Patient. The Fury feels very, very different in comparison to the other 2 books, which I guess makes kind of sense, because really, like, The Maidens was that dark academia style that a lot of people were diving into when it came out. The Silent Patient was just kind of more of your typical mystery thriller, and then The Fury is more of that Agatha Christie style, you know, whodunit kind of thing that, you know, was a different style choice for him. So really like that kind of difference between the books, but I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, so far I'm just enjoying the books I'm reading. Like I said, I'm going to start here at The Path of Daggers in just a minute while I get some stuff done here before we head out to breakfast this morning. And then I think I'm going to do a little bit more work in my mom's office to help clean up stuff in there. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. I have some work when I get home that I need to do. I booked 2 new audiobook projects yesterday. That I'm going to get started on tomorrow, because I'm waiting for one of them to send the manuscript, and she said she was going to send it to me tomorrow, but I just sat here and I planned out my entire week for next week. But I have a candle I need to make, and I've got some more auditions I'm going to put out, which I've already just picked the scripts that I'm going to audition for, so I'm going to take a look at those and figure out what I need to do with that. But I also need to update my reading journal from a couple days ago, because I didn't read it all yesterday because we were way too busy with a lot of stuff, and I need to just update from what I read on Friday, because I read quite a bit Friday night. Okay, so I'm back home, but we had a bit of a problem. So basically what happened, I was going over to my grandparents' house, who live next door to my parents, and their dog is a very, very large animal, and he's very much a wiggle butt, and he likes to jump. So, knocked my glasses off, tried to grab him, but before I could, he stepped on them by accident, and this happened. So, the earliest I probably could go get something done with them is Tuesday, because I'm only working half a day, and I could go in the morning, but I don't know how much this is going to cost me to either get this arm fixed and put back on, if that's what can be done, or getting the lenses put in a new frame. I don't know how much it's going to cost me, and I don't really have a lot of money, so it's either I get them fixed or I'm stuck with my contacts for God knows how long, because my insurance likely has a very high deductible for my vision. So that's fun. But otherwise, I'm home now. I have started the Path of Daggers. I got like halfway through the prologue, so I'm gonna spend the rest of the night working on editing this vlog, and then probably getting through the rest of that prologue. That's probably all I'm gonna read today, honestly, because it's been a bit of a crazy day. I am so tired. Like, I'm gonna edit this vlog and then I'm calling it from there. I still have yet to eat dinner, and it's almost 7:40 at night. But I'm not like starving, so I'll probably just wait till I'm absolutely hungry and then just make like a microwave pizza or something like that, because I don't really want to order anything. But yeah, so it is what it is. It's just been a very long couple days, but tomorrow I am working, obviously, working the whole day. So anyway, I'm gonna end this vlog here. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Got through quite a few things. Still not really in the groove of actually like vlogging on a regular basis, because I struggle with remembering to after I get all my work done and stuff like that. Like, I just want to relax. I don't want to talk to a camera necessarily, anything like that. So it is what it is. This is what you get. But this is why I don't really vlog very much anymore, to be completely honest, because I don't feel like I have a lot to say, and I don't come in for like several days until I have an update. You get what you get, and you don't throw a fit, is all I'm going to say. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already and you'd like to be and would like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that button down below and subscribe to become an owlet in our flock. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.